Just answer me this first. I mean, how bummed were you to see Tyon's first three hit the back of the iron, and how excited were you when it went up high and dropped through?
Yeah, every win is a blessing, and, we're thankful for it. We're thankful for, Tyon's great game. And that first shot, it went straight up, and I thought when it went up, I was like, man, maybe it's got a chance to go in.
We need it.
I think you had 7,000 prayers
And
here.
I think everybody, when it dropped in, was like, you heard a lot of exhaling, and then followed by, a lot of cheering after that.
He gets you off to the great start, and great to see Tyon Grant Foster going, but Duke Brennan's play down the stretch to keep balls alive and convert on so many of them. I think 5 of your scores down the stretch consecutively were off Duke Brennan offensive rebounds.
Yeah, he's been sensational, especially the last couple games. His 2 straight games of 15 rebounds. Hard to do. His 10 offensive rebounds. And what I loved is that second half, different from the first half. When he got them, he converted them. He converted either the made basket or he got free throws. And 6 or 7 for the free throw line was fantastic. He was staying after the last couple of days where he was working on his free throws, and it was really nice to see him go 6 for 7.
Coach, we knew this Southern Utah team was better than maybe their record of their last 4 games or how they were picked in the conference. They shot 55% in the second half, so they kind of got rolling. I know you got to work on some of those things, but Coach, you out-rebounded them at 25-10 in the second half and had 12 offensive boards in that second half.
Yeah, we talk about rebounding a lot and how important it is. It's such a big part of the game. Duke was huge. Other guys got their hands on balls, which was nice. Jacoby, Luke, Colin. But you're right, Southern Utah is much better than the record. They lost some games. They had 2 guards out for one game, and then they had another guard out for some of these other games. And so now that they're full strength, they're back how they were at the beginning of the year when they were 8-2. And so they have some really talented players. You can tell they run their stuff really well. They take good shots, and we're thankful for the win.
You score 41 in each half, but if it came very different ways. Do you like that when you can see your offensive versatility, the hot shooting the first half, and then you got back to your bread and butter, getting to the line in the second half?
Yeah, I thought the guys did a good job really attacking. We got to the bonus, we got to the double bonus. Guys were getting to the rim, and last year and this year, that's a big strength of this team is doing that. And it was nice first half, like you said, we made them, but we didn't keep settling and just shooting threes. In the second half, we switched gears and got to the rim.
Coach, I don't know how much stock you put in, plus minus. Sometimes you look at it and go, that doesn't fit with the eye test. Other times it does. But Simo was plus 19 in this one, 70 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals. He was all over the place.
A lot was his defense. When he was on the court, our defense was significantly better. And then, he was in that stretch at the end when, we were able to go on that run. And, really pleased with him. I thought he had a rough patch, to start that second half. And he really regrouped and came back in. And that's a great sign of his maturity, his confidence in himself, his confidence, wanting to win. And, he had a really, really good all-around game tonight.
What did you think of your defense overall? Because the steal and block numbers were great, but then they shot a much higher number in the second half.
Yeah, we'll go back and look at it. I think some of our coverages, we didn't get to some ball screen coverages. We didn't switch a ball screen with, forward, which is a switch. And so, you get in and you play teams like Southern Utah, they make you pay. And we got to make sure we cut down on broken coverages. So we'll look at that and see how we can get better for next Thursday.
Coach, you've obviously coached way more games than I have. Like, I've coached 0. Do you need a new sign for, hey, hold the ball and bleed the clock? I mean, 3 times in a row they attacked, but it did give us one of the best dunks I've ever seen. So.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys are really aggressive. They like to attack, and, I would love to run a little bit more time and get the clock under 10, especially, at the end of the game there. But credit them for making plays at the rim and getting either fouled or making baskets and helping us to score.
Tonight seems like a great indicator of what's ahead for the WAC. There's great games everywhere tonight. We're watching Tarleton State and UT Arlington come down to the wire. Tarleton's leading by 2 in the waning seconds. Every game's been tight. Tonight an indicator of what it's going to be like to get through this conference?
Yeah, when you get to conference season, and it's just different. Games just hit different. They feel different. Teams prepare different. Teams, I think, are, even more locked in, and especially at the start of conference season because it's a new season for everyone. Everyone's starting fresh, and everyone's goal, in the league is to win the league. And so, thankful we got to start at home today. get momentum. Going into next Thursday's game, it'll be on the road. Home games are really hard. Road games are even harder in conference play.
Coach, Paul and I talked about this in the pregame. Everybody would stop me throughout the last, month and a half and say, when's Tyon going to get it going? And it was funny because I looked at the stats, and I'm like, he's number 2 in points average. He's number 2 in rebounds. He's number 2 in steals. He's number 1 in blocks. They just kind of meant when's he going to get the offense going. He did that tonight, but we were marveling at some of the defense he put on Simpson. That kid is a scorer, and he shut him down that first half.
Yeah, he's a really good scorer, and you saw that, in spots of this game. But I thought first half, Tyon was spectacular. He stayed down on shot fakes. He jumped, when he's supposed to jump. Really used his length and his speed, in a really good way. And so, it just shows how good Simpson. He still ended with 13 points. I thought we did a really good job on him.
You guys are a phenomenal home team, obviously. Lost one game here in 2024, win again tonight. But you look at the WAC, every home team pulled it up. Tarleton just won by 3.
Wow.
CBU beat Seattle by 2. Utah Valley won. What does it take to translate this play to the road in the WAC?
Yeah, definitely some of the defensive assignments, you have to execute at a high level. I think you got to rebound, you got to make free throws. Those are all the intangibles, especially when you get on the road. Keep your turnovers low. All kind of the inside stats. If you can do those things, it gives you a much better chance to win on the road.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the victory. We'll see you up on the road in Orem on Thursday.
Sounds great. Thank you, Lote fans.